Hey everyone, Greg Cassetti here again, doing some work right now at the shop. We're working on a MCI J4500 model. Right now we are in the side compartment and we are diagnosing a mirror switch. This guy won't adjust. I believe the switch is bad. What I want to bring to you today and talk to you about is having a good meter to be able to diagnose electrical boogers like this. Now, you can get by with a multimeter for sure. I did for a long time. I used a cheap Craftsman. Then I had a Harbor Freight one when the Craftsman unexpectedly fell off of the perch I had it on, broke its screen. I wasn't too upset. I had that Craftsman for years, and I went out and bought a Harbor Freight one for $10. But now, as you can see, I've got this Snap-on EEDM 525E in front of me. This was the latest model whenever I bought it. I believe it still is. They're just offering some color options now and some different things. But here's why I went out and I spent real good money on my multimeter. You need verifiable, accurate readings for your voltages and things of that nature on vehicles nowadays, where things are voltage sensitive down to a tenth, even 100th of a volt, or on your resistance measures, your amperage measures, everything. Furthermore, you need a meter that I would call the term convertible. Take, for instance, look at my test probes. They are ridiculously long. It's because I've got these extension tips on them that are good for back probing in really small connectors. Like this weather pack right here, this Deutsch weather pack, if I can get it to focus. Probably not going to, but you can see, if you can see those little dots right there, those are the pin connectors. You cannot get a regular test lead down in there. You just can't. Furthermore, as far as, say, oh, well, I use a test light or a digital test light, reads out my voltages. How are you going to measure resistance? How are you going to measure amperage? Furthermore, if you just have a regular test light that doesn't read out voltages, how are you going to accurately put in that work order and advise to that customer, or in my case where I work for a fleet, the fleet manager, how are you going to accurately advise what voltages you read on your testing and why you got the results that you did and why you recommend the repair that you do? If you can't provide that, then I hate to say it, but you might be out of a job as a technician. A good, accurate multimeter, one that's reputable, one that everybody will agree upon, oh yeah, that's definitely accurate, that's what you want. That's why I went out and I paid for the name brand on this. The other part of it is this has a 7-year warranty from the date of purchase. You say Snap-on, that should be a lifetime warranty. Well, it's an electronic. I made sure I understood what the warranty covers and what it doesn't cover. I still have the booklet. I make sure that this meter is going to last me that 7 years by taking care of it properly, by always checking it every time I turn it on. And, by not just going crazy with it and doing stuff that, oh, maybe the meter can do this or maybe it can do that. No, I'm going to check the owner's manual first. That way, in my career as a technician, at least for these next 7 years, I have a good, reliable multimeter that's going to accurately read out and put into English what is happening in today's complex electronic systems on buses, cars, trucks, all sorts of things like that. This is just a quick tip. If y'all have seen my toolbox tour, I like to keep my money in my pocket, and I like to do a job for as little out-of-pocket cost as possible when it comes to me and my tools and as a technician. If you haven't, go check out my toolbox tour. You'll get a better understanding of where I'm coming from when I say that I really advise get a good multimeter. I got a lot of friends who are using the Napa multimeters. They're great. In fact, we're using them at the tech school that I go to, and you know what? They're a great multimeter, man. But the reason I didn't go that route is because I'm going to get that multimeter whenever I graduate. I'll use that as my home multimeter. So that way I've got something at home that I can use, I rely upon. But as far as out here in the field, 9 times out of 10, reputation preceding it, people are going to pick this multimeter as more accurate over that Napa. May be true, may not be true, but the deal here is that you want something that when you are asked, well, what'd you test that with? You could say, hey man, this guy, expensive multimeter, very accurate meter, warranted for 7 years, as long as I'm not an idiot with it. This is a highly accurate precision tool that we use, and so everybody will vastly agree upon that. Just my little quick PSA. I want to go through, as far as my channel, this is my second video. I want to go through and I want to start talking about the tools in my toolbox and why I use them, what they're used for on the equipment that I work on, being that I work on charter buses and transit buses. I may have some different stuff in there, and I don't think buses are a very common thing in today's automotive and heavy-duty industries. A lot of people, I think, could learn from what we do on buses. So if you'd like to see some more of that, just give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, something like that. Otherwise, thanks for stopping by my channel. Appreciate it. Small channel and we're growing. So I hope you have a good day. Thanks.